Well, good evening, and welcome to Coach Vic's Open Gym Week 3 recap. I'm Coach Vic, and I'm here with my man,
I'm Coach T.
and we're going to talk to you about the things that we saw, but we're also going to talk about this week things we didn't see that we need to see at Coach Vic's Open Gym.
Absolutely.
We had a number of players out there this week. We actually had 30 players play, 6 teams on the court. We have some high major players who are out there. We have players who are committed to D1 teams, and we have players who have high major offers from D1 teams. And we divide the teams up into equal talented teams, and we expect to see some high performances out there. And sometimes we do, but sometimes we don't. The problem I see is that people come to play, but the players don't compete. Coach, what do you think?
Oh, yeah, that's definitely it. Winning is secondary. Not to all, but a good number is and that's sad to see because just thinking about this, I remember one of my guys, Jordan Potts.
Yes, sir.
We talked about him. We talk about him, but his senior year was my first year at Northland. And in all the open gyms, less than five games he lost.
That's right.
Because he was competitive and he rose the level of intensity every time he was on the court. You know, because either you was going to raise your level or you were going to get smacked. Absolutely. Right. And also, you know, with this one, there's nobody sitting on the side.
Right.
So,
right.
you know, it's like if they might feel if I lose, then I'm still playing.
Right. And I'll tell you this, man, about speaking of Jordan Potts, before you got there, when Trey Burke was there, they would have practice. And everybody line up, Jordan over there taking his time, tying up his shoes. He get up and he walk right to Trey Burke. That's the guy he's guarding. And he's like, yeah, he going to give it to me, but I'm going to give it back to him every time. Yeah. And that's the level of performance and competition that we're looking for. The only way I'm going to get better is to, they say iron sharpens iron. Well, I got to connect with that iron. We got to go at it. And I don't see that. I see a kid like Alex Smith who, like we say, he's tremendous, great kid. I don't ever see anybody say, I got him. I mean, I want him. Put me against him. And I say that to say, where is the level of competition within yourself? You have to see that, okay, everybody's looking at him like he's shining so bright. Let me show you how bright I can shine. Yeah. And that's what I want to see.
It's every time you're on the court, you want to be the best. And if you're not going your hardest, you're cheating the game. How are you improving if you're not going your hardest at this guy? You know, how do you know what to work on? You know, you can do all the training and one-on-ones. That's cool. Now we're in 5-on-5, which is the real basketball, what we do in the games. Now is your time to work on some of those moves. Attack this guy. Go at him defensively. You know, challenge yourself. Yeah. You know, like Coach said, if I know this guy has a D1 offer, I'm going to go at him.
That's right.
I'm going to see what I need to work on. How far off am I?
Right.
You know? And then once I dominate him, now he's going to hear my mouth.
That's right. He's going to hear me tell him about what I did. Absolutely. This is what I came to do. The other thing I want to talk about is player intelligence, your commitment to the game and what you know and what you should be doing. We've been doing this. This is the 3rd week. And I can honestly say, in 3 weeks, I'm greatly disappointed that I've seen one player, do an off-the-ball pick. Only one. And he's a freshman. And he set the pick so that the man could just pop and go, and it was off the ball. I loved it. I was like, oh, my God.
You know, I'm going to tell you, one of my guys, Coach Todd Barnes, used to always say the most selfish player on the court is the guy setting the screen. Because you know your man, you set a great screen, your man has got to help. Which means you're going to be open.
There you go.
You know, so, man, I love to hear that. And like you said, we don't see that. All we see is ball screens. I mean, you know, we watch the NBA, and that's what they do.
And that's what I'm trying to open them up to see the whole game. There's so much more to the game than just you shooting a three or you leaking out and getting a dunk. No, No, you have to come to play and to compete. And so this week, we have some new players coming. We have some players coming from Cleveland. I believe we have players coming from Akron. And I think we have a whole team coming from Centerville area. They're not all from Centerville, but they're from that area. They should be a really strong team. But I'm looking for people to play good fundamental basketball, but to play hard. I'm looking for you to create and conquer personal challenges. That's what you have to do. You have to say that I'm the guy. A couple of people did play well, though, this past Sunday, and I want to talk about them.
There were a lot of people. There was a lot of talent. You know, we're going to tell you when we don't see what we should see.
Right.
You know, but yeah.
It's not to demean anybody.
No.
But I'm going to promote a couple people here. And one that I want to talk about is a young man that I actually met him last year at Coach Vic's Open Gym. And I had researched him and found out that, well, he transferred to New Albany from Reynoldsburg. And that, you know, he had some talent, but he wasn't going to shine there or whatever was the belief. But he went to New Albany, and I met him, and I've been doing things up in REP Fieldhouse. So as I've been doing things there over this past year, every week I see him there. Every week he's working on his game. He's on the gun. He's shooting. But he's not just shooting. He'll bring somebody else and let them shoot all the time, and he rebounds. He does everything. He's just working. And I'm going to tell you, Daniil Krylo is a ball player. He's shown me now, when he comes out, he's trying to win. He is playing his heart off. And tremendous player. I see a great upside for him. I honestly say right now, he's going to be a Division I player. I believe that. I believe in him. I believe in the talent that he's showing me. Daniil can be a really tough out for somebody. And I think that he's going to really bring it this week.
Oh, yeah, he brings it every week. And I was, like I said, I wasn't there last week, so I wanted to make sure I saw this undefeated team. And he is one of the guys I know. I noticed them all because they all played hard. That's why they only lost 1 or 2 games.
Yeah.
But I noticed him. He really plays hard. He got a nice shot. And he is one who will take the challenge.
Yes.
He will guard whoever. And if you get by him, okay, I'm going to come back. You know, I'm going to do the same thing. Do it again.
Absolutely. It's not no one and done. No, we in a war. We're gonna fight it out, and we're going to see.
Yeah.
So I love that about them. Another guy I want to talk about is, I heard a lot of talk about this young man, about how good he was, and he was going to go at one time to Walnut Ridge. They was going to have a great freshman backcourt, but he ended up going to Reynoldsburg. And, you know, I watched him. The first week he came out, he played pretty good. I watched him. And then the next week he came, even though he wasn't invited, he came and he played pretty good. But this past Sunday, I had a cancellation, and I had talked to his dad over the social media and told him, no, you should bring him, even though he didn't get the invite. You should bring him. He brought him and actually talked to him before the play started, and I explained to him the process and everything, but that if you really love the game, I mean, if you really want the competition, and you know this is where it's at, you should come and say, I'm going to see. If somebody don't show up, I'm going to take their spot, and I'm going to prove myself today. Well, that's exactly what Makai Roddy did. He went out there, and he was dominant. He was dominant. This guy is going to be a freshman. He was scoring from range. I mean, there was one time I personally watched him hit 4 threes in a row. He goes to the bucket. He goes strong. He will finish on you. I mean, on you. Yes, he will get a body if he has to. And I think that young man's potential is enormous. I expect a lot from Makai Roddy, even though he's going to be a freshman.
Absolutely. When you see him on the court, first of all, you don't see freshmen because he's strong. You know, he has a more mature body. than a freshman. And then when you watch him, you notice you don't think he's a freshman because he's not scared to take those shots. He might have other guys on the team who might have a, whatever. But if he got a shot, he's going to take it. He takes it with confidence. He goes to the cup strong, and he plays hard, man.
Yes. The only thing I want to see is I want to see him tighten up his defense a lot more, and I think he will. But as far as being a weapon out there, man, Makai is it. Mm-hmm. He will get buckets. Mm-hmm. Anybody you saw that stood out for you, Coach?
Yeah, I got a couple. Of course, this name I'm going to keep saying, man, and I just realized he's a junior, Xavier McKinney. I mean, they were the first team to beat the, undefeated black team.
Yes.
And I saw that game, and that man, he offensive rebounds, get to the cup, finishing, twisting, laying the ball off the glass, really finishing well around the rim. And then again, that shot, man, he's hitting from all three levels, man. And of course, he's a lockdown defender.
Right.
I was really impressed. I continue to be impressed by him, man. I really am, man.
Yeah, and I'll say this. Last week, I saw the Callaway brothers from Hartley, and I'm like, man, that's a tough little duo. They play hard all the time, but I have to say, their effort and energy was matched by Ty Perkins and Micah Young. Now, those two brothers, they're like, we out here, we trying to get this done. And that's the kind of performance that I'm looking for week to week. They have the talent, you have the game, do you have the competitive spirit? That's what I need to know. And I think they do. Right. And so I'm looking this week, of course, every week the teams change up. Unless you go undefeated, nobody went undefeated. So everybody will be on different teams this week.
Let me tell you one more name real quick before you wrap it up. And I don't know his first name, but he was on the green team, and they kept coming up to the top court. Mr. Henderson.
Josh Henderson.
Yes.
From Westerville Central.
And what really impressed me is you told me he was just getting back out on the court.
Yes.
Yeah, he has a really nice game. I didn't hit the three. I saw him hit a couple threes, but I saw him on that break.
Real bouncy. Oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness. Somebody went up with him, and he kept going up.
Yeah.
I said, yeah. He's got something, man.
I think his social media name is Josh Gets Up.
Yeah.
And he does. Oh, my goodness. He gets up.
For sure.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So this Sunday, we're looking forward to be another high turnout Sunday. Again, as I do every week, I tell people, getting an invite is great. I love it. I love sending it out to you. I love it when you guys accept it. But you people who don't get the invite, you should show up every week. There is somebody who accepted the invite and didn't show up, and somebody fills their spot. That happened this past Sunday. It happens every week because life is lifing. But hey, if you're there, I'll put you in. I'll put you on that court. But you got to be there. That's what it takes. You got to show me that you really love the game. You love it so much that I come here, even though you didn't invite me, I come here just for the opportunity to get out there. And that Josh Henderson that you talked about, he's a D1 commit to Akron. I'm going to show him today that when I'm done, Kent State probably calling me because I'm going to be the Josh Henderson stopper. That's what I'm going to be. So, you got to have that mentality. You have to really think like that and come out there and perform with all that you have. So we're going to wrap it up this week. I'm Coach Vic.
I'm Coach T. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
As we bring this to you from my sponsors, I-70 Entertainment and the Kingdom League. This is Coach Vic. We out.
One love.